All right, guys. I want to thank you for joining me tonight for a special edition of the segment. I have here with me, of course, Mike Espy and Shay Hodge. Mike, of course, just for a small recap, he's the general manager of the one facility in Madison, Mississippi. And Shay Hodge here, he's the head coach of Hillcrest Academy. They're both, of course, former Ole Miss athletes and NFL players. And we're just going to dive right into it. I want to talk about, of course, guys, the NCAA finally allowing players to get paid for their name and likeness. Just give me your thoughts on that, and just give me your thoughts on the entire process.
I think it's about time. Colleges and universities make a lot of money off of student athletes across the board, whether it be football, basketball, softball, baseball, or whatnot. With football being a very primary revenue driver for the colleges and universities. These kids are out there slaving away in the off season, during the season. It's about time they get paid for some of that kind of stuff. A lot of people look at it as they're getting paid in tuition. That is great. A lot of kids get an education, some who wouldn't have gotten an education otherwise. With that being said, if a lot of the money going around, it needs to go to the people who are putting the product on the field.
Mm-hmm. Shay, do you have any thoughts?
Definitely agree with what he's saying, and to reiterate some things, just like kids coming from nothing, just being able to, maybe you manage your money wrong during school, paying your bills and not paying your bills, you can go out there and make a couple extra dollars, or a lot of these incidents that keep happening where it's small amounts of money, like maybe a parent needs it for paying a bill or something. Now it's a chance where those guys can make some money for themselves. So I'm really for it, Like Mike said, it's about time that people getting paid that's actually putting the product on the field.
And most recently, of course, we have James Wiseman of the Memphis Tigers. He plays under Penny Hardaway. And Chase Young, he's a defensive end for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They're both the potential number one picks in their respective sports for the NFL and NBA draft. And the NCAA, of course, came out and declared them both ineligible for the season until the process runs through. And so just what are your thoughts on that and those guys and what they may or may not have to do in order to play a game?
That's unfortunate, especially with the situation where a kid had borrowed money
from his family
for a girlfriend to come to a game. I mean, it's as simple as that. You have people, you have family, you have friends who want to come see you play. And you're a potential number one pick, you're driving a lot of the revenue in there, but you're struggling to get your people to a game. When you go that route, the alternative is to do it illegal. You have two ways to go at it if you're college universities. Pay these kids, let them have the bare necessities, because we need to also think about something. When you are a student athlete, you don't have time to get a job. You don't have time to do anything other than your school and perfect your craft. So it's easy for people to look at from the outside looking in, but these kids don't have an opportunity to make it besides just playing the sport. And the little money you get, you can't live off that, right? So I think it's very unfortunate. I wish the NCAA would reverse that.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely think it's unfortunate also. I think it should do it case by case. Let's just go back a little bit, like Tunsil's deal, when he had to ask for that money. It was just a small amount of money, and look what it was for. I think they always should look what it's for, instead of like, if somebody out here getting hundreds of thousands of dollars from somebody, I can understand that. Like, lay the law down on them. But like guys is out here trying to do it for their family, or like just do it case by case.
Just to pay the electric bill to get food on the table.
Just so they can have lights on or have some food at the house. It's a case by case thing that I think they should go to. And with both the incidents, man, I just feel like it's unfortunate for the guys.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. If you got the head coach on the team making millions and millions of dollars. Now, he should make the money.
Jimbo Fisher, 10 years, and now $100 million.
Now, he should make the money, okay? He's the captain. He's a coach, right? But the boat doesn't roll without the rowers of the boat, without the players.
Right.
So you have these kids going out there, and like I said, I put a big emphasis on when we were playing in school, we didn't have time to get a job. Because the only time we had free, we was going freshmen, we were going to the dorm, or we lived off campus, we were going home.
Rehab and treatment.
All that kind of stuff. It is a job. It is a full-time job. And it's unfortunate that it is actually taking this long to get to this point. But I will say if it doesn't get right, then we were gonna wind up still seeing players, hearing about the players getting paid, hearing about this, hearing about that. But they should get paid. It's a start, but I don't think it's where it should be yet.
Speaking of that, what's up, Shay?
Let me interrupt there. The only negative I can see, I want to talk about the negative. The only negative I can see with paying the players is taking the purity out of the game. Because I feel like in the NFL, they paying for the money. Or like when you get your second contract, most guys don't even play hard anymore, you know. Now they're able to, like some guys that are real rock stars in college, if I can make almost $1 million in college, then what do I care about making to that level? My play may decrease just like it does in the NFL. So I think that's the only negative that it would have if guys are able to make too much money.
And we are also talking about just a select few. Not every player is going to get $100,000.
Right.
I think this rule is specifically for, I don't know, a volleyball player that may need $400 to do whatever, or the 60th player on the team. Of course, you're going to have your 5 to 10 5-star athletes that can do a commercial and get 10 grand in a day. But I believe that the rule is great for the 2-star, the 3-star. They're trying to work their way up and may need extra funds in order to make things work.
But if you are that 5-star athlete, right, and you are a player who the fans come to see, if you are a person whose name recognition garners a lot of attention, I think you deserve that money.
Right.
Because I tell you what, when a college or university puts out a schedule, they put you on the front of the schedule.
Right.
When they start selling jerseys, they pick 2 to 3 players every year and they put their name on the jerseys. When Madden comes out, you be on the cover and all that kind of stuff. And the players haven't seen any of that. And corporate America has just been racking in that money off of the backs of these kids.
Right. And I guess to bring that full circle, let me ask you guys this. If it were legal for you two to get paid back when you were in college, who would have the highest selling jersey? You, Mike, or you, Shay?
Okay.
You got to answer it right now.
Wow.
You got to answer it right now.
I would say him because he came in as a 5-star.
Don't be humble, man.
I'm going to be honest right here.
Okay.
It's going to go around. I think he would have had it in the beginning. I think I would have ended with more.
Okay.
Put it like this. I think we both would have a lot of jersey sales. There are periods and times. I think that my jersey would have sold more, not necessarily just because it was me, but I believe when I came in and I played, it was an era where it was the return to glory days of Ole Miss football. You had myself, Eli Manning. So, I mean, if you put my jersey next to Eli Manning 10 to 11, I think that jersey sales will spike.
Okay.
It did spike.
Great. And speaking of, of course, we're gonna stay on the topic of football. Of course, on tomorrow, this weekend, Colin Kaepernick, he's it's been announced that over 24 NFL teams the NFL has scheduled him a workout in Atlanta. Just what do you guys think about that? And you think it's a PR stunt from the NFL? You know, Jay-Z's been involved now, so a lot more is going on behind the scenes. So what do you think about that, Mike?
Let me go.
Shay, you go, Shay.
I honestly think it has something to do with Jay-Z, because it's just a coincidence. He's been out for 3 years now.
Yes. Right.
Jay-Z just became a part of whatever he's doing with the NFL, and now this happened. So that's my thoughts on it. I just think Jay-Z has a big influence on what happened with that, for it to happen at this exact time, because I think it should have happened back then. You know, when he first got out the league, and I never heard of a workout. So I think Jay-Z playing a big part of it. And if he is, man, big ups to him. I got mad respect for the guy, man, his music, what he does in the community and everything, man. That guy, if he's behind it, even if he's not, but if he is behind it, that's even another notch on his belt with me.
What about you, Mike?
If Jay-Z's a part of it, kudos to him, man, because like Shay said, he's helped facilitate something that should have occurred a long time ago. At the same time, I'm not going to say it's a PR stunt, but I mean, we all know that football games are played on Sunday.
Right.
And you have a combine for a veteran player on a Saturday when we all know all decision makers on teams are traveling on Saturday. So, I mean, I don't know, right? I mean, if it was legitimate, I think the way that I think that it goes, if a team is interested, they call you up, you go to their facility, you work out for them.
And also, Colin Kaepernick, apparently, according to him, he said he found out after everything was already set.
Right. So he found out with about 48 hours
Right.
to get his mind right to do it. But I'm just looking at the whole, the way it looks. Saturday, decision makers on teams are traveling on Saturday. It's a combine type thing with 24 teams coming in Atlanta. I don't know. I hope it's legitimate. I hope that they really look at it and give him a shot compared to other quarterbacks. They really look at it. Look, if he doesn't have it anymore, then he doesn't have it anymore. But if he does, give the man a shot, give him an opportunity. But I hope it's something that is not just for show, because if it is, it'll be exposed.
Which teams could use them? Of course, teams like the LA Chargers are going to be there, Chicago Bears, Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons. So which team?
Steelers. The Steelers.
Yeah.
Or the coach, somebody like the coach. But I hope Chad get to play.
I like Jacoby Brissett as well. He's solid.
I want Chad.
He's
to
solid.
I think to me, when you said the Panthers jumped out to me.
because they're looking to trade Cam Newton.
They're looking to trade
a potential site to Chicago Bears, and they have Kyle Allen there currently. So, and no one's saying that Colin Kaepernick should come in and be a starter.
I'm not saying that at all.
He just he deserves to be on the roster.
But Colin Kaepernick is better than a lot of backups who are on teams right now.
Right.
But he just hasn't gotten the opportunity. I hope it's legitimate. I hope it's real. I hope the man gets a shot for real. But we'll see.
Who do you think his receiver should be that he should work out with that day?
Well, we know there are some names floating out there. I don't know, man. Logically, I would say Antonio Brown, but at the same time, I don't know if Colin Kaepernick wants to be associated with him at this current moment, especially with the things that he's still doing and saying in the public eye.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope he gets somebody good to throw to.
What about you, Shay? What do you think?
The only name I can think of is Antonio Brown, unless T.O. still in shape, which I'm sure he is. Somebody like him, because who else is he going to get the catch for him?
All right. If you guys want to start an NFL franchise tomorrow, Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson.
Why? Why Lamar Jackson?
Man, listen, he's young. He's like a Vic-esque. He's coming and changing the game. You can do so many things with him. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball.
Deshaun Watson can.
I know he can. No, Deshaun
can't do what he do.
You're right.
Deshaun Watson is not a he's good. He's great. But you got Lamar Jackson. He's unique.
Yes.
Right. You can build a franchise off of Deshaun Watson. But this is like one of those once in a lifetime type of players, like a Michael
Once
Vick.
in a decade type player.
I think he's Michael Vick 2.0 because people forget on draft night he was the last person in that green room. And once he was picked by the Ravens, the first thing he said when he got in front of the camera was, "The Ravens, I just want y'all to know y'all getting a dog and y'all can get a championship out of me." And that was the first thing he said when he got in front of the mic. And now, of course, he's showing everyone just that.
He's proving a lot of doubters wrong.
Right, that last highlight, that was special. That looked like something Vic did back in the day.
Oh, man. Lastly, Hoodie Melo back into the league. Carmelo Anthony signed with the Portland Trail Blazers. Just how big is that, of course, for the culture? How big is it for the culture and just for him and getting his name back into the spotlight?
I love it, man. I've always been a Melo fan. If you just look at his body of work, where he's up from team to team, a lot of people have their opinions about it. Well, is he good? Is he not good? Is he overrated? Melo's been great for the game, I think, and I'm thankful for him to get another opportunity with Portland.
Shay?
Yeah, I'm with it, man. I like Carmelo also. I'm a LeBron fan.
Yeah, you're a LeBron
Everybody
fan.
knows.
The Lakers.
LeBron fan, it had to get over that little hump of who was better. It solidified itself so I can finally cheer for him, because he's a great player. He should go down in the Hall of Fame. And I look at it just like the Kaepernick situation.
Yeah.
He's just as good or better than people that are in the league now.
Right.
Maybe his ticket was a little higher to get him or to make him happy, but end of the day, he should be in the NBA, period. The guy's still a baller. I wish the Lakers would have signed him, instead of the Portland Trail Blazers.
Yeah.
So, I was with Melo when he went through Syracuse. I was with everything he did, man. He was a great player. So I'm just happy to see him back in. I hope he does well and can stick.
All right, guys, that does it for the special edition of the segment tonight. I want to thank Mike Espy, Shay Hodge for joining me, and it's giving you guys a good show tonight. So, thank you.
I just gotta make them see. 1 time for the underdog, 2 time for the struggle, 3 time for the pain, 1 time for the underdog. We the one that got the power when it's time to make a change. 1 time for the underdog, 1 time for the underdog, 1 time.